Welcome to Under the Sun podcast.
I'm Irene.
And I'm Aileeah. We're so glad you're here. Grab a hot
or iced coffee and join us as we talk about everything under the sun.
Well, I hope everyone's ready. Are you ready?
For nothing.
Tricked ya.
I'm still very much pregnant.
Tell them how far along you are while I get tallow over my crusty lips.
Okay. Well, technically there's updates on this because, okay, in order to tell people how far along I am, I have to kind of bag up just a little bit.
Go for it.
Because technically, by the sonogram standard, when we had the hematoma and I had the hemorrhage and I had to go in and check to make sure that baby was okay and actually find out that the hemorrhage was just that and not a miscarriage or something. When we went in, I was 10 weeks and 4 days. And then when we left, they were like, oh, baby's fine, just hematoma. But you're 11 weeks and 4 days, not 10 weeks. And I'm very educated about my cycle. I know when, my periods are just on the dot, consistent. I know when I ovulate. I know when I got a positive pregnancy test, and I know when we had sex. So I'm like, I know really well. And I hate dating ultrasounds because I don't think they're accurate either. I don't like ultrasounds ever. But anyways, so they moved it up a week. And so I asked my midwife and she was like, they're fairly accurate. She's like, let's just go with that. And whatever.
And my first, but
Yeah. So then the 20-week anatomy scan came along and then they were like, oh, he's only in the 42nd or 48th, something like that percentile. You need to eat more protein. You need to eat more. And it felt a little shamey. Not my midwife. This was because my midwife doesn't do sonograms. So or anatomy scans. And so I went to a third party and they were like, you need to do better. And I'm like, but wait a minute. Y'all just told me last time I was here, he was measuring a week ahead. And I'm like, are you sure he's not just a week behind because he's a week younger?
Yeah.
And
also,
so
if anyone's getting adequate meals and protein, it's you.
Well, I mean, the first trimester is
survival, but
survival.
Up to that point, by the time you do an anatomy scan, you're well into the second.
Yeah. It was a different, this is a very much a different experience pregnancy because of the hematoma that was there for the first 19 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And my capacity, I've just had to learn to reduce capacity, which is not a strong suit of mine. But anyway, so all that being said, technically I'm going to be 42 weeks on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, the 28th. But I just got a text 15 minutes ago from my midwife because I had texted her and she had texted me and she was like, hey, just so you know, it's standard procedure that we do a non-stress test at 42 weeks. And I usually, they usually recommend a sonogram too. And I'm like, I don't like late term sonograms either because those are wildly inaccurate. They're like, your kid is 15 pounds and it comes out 8. So I was like, I'll do the non-stress test. I was like, I'm okay to not do a sonogram. I was like, but if you could I would like to talk through what you think about if you remember this. And that's I just want to say my midwife is awesome. And she's also your midwife too. We trust her with our life and our children's lives. And I trust her, but she has a lot of clients. She's a busy woman. And so she can't remember she knows so much about me and way more than any doctor ever would. But
there's a lot of details.
I have to I'm living this every day in my body and it's my child. And so of course I'm I'd be the one to be like, hey, do you remember when this happened? And they changed the guest date. And so technically I would only be 41 weeks on Thursday. And so she just texted me right before I got on here and said, I moved your guest date to
next week,
the 23rd. Wait, is that right? 40 weeks, 5 days. So yeah, so then Thursday would be
41.
41.
Not 42.
Right. And so And I'm like, yes, I feel bigger and things have been harder this time. And
It's also a second
I've
kid and things
been
are different. It's been more
I
stressful
know.
of a pregnancy.
Yeah. And like, I think because of the hematoma and like I couldn't move, not that I couldn't move, but like I've used this example. Like I couldn't like vacuum my living room without being like heavily crampy,
Yeah.
without like needing to like lay down for an hour to recoup and then go like do the dishes and then have to lay down for an hour. And so like, I just feel like I lost a lot of muscle mass and a lot of my like fitness that like I have naturally. I'm a tall person. But I just think I lost a lot of, my fitness in those first like 20 weeks when I was like really limited.
Yeah.
And then I only had like that golden window of comfort in the second trimester, which I utilized all that comfort and energy to like do home projects. And then my kids are like, I'm guessing he's a big kid. Every time like my chiropractor palpates or like checks position or whatnot, and or Amy, our midwife, she's like, he's so long. Like his head is in my crotch and his butt is like way up here in my ribs, and then his legs are down. She's like, his like torso is super long.
Yeah.
So we make him big. Dave and I are both 6 foot plus. So we just make him big. So that's the update. That's the update, is that I'm still pregnant. And I told Irene, I was like, I want to check out the podcast at 37 weeks because I want to have my baby. Lol. I'm still
we also
pregnant.
have lots of intentions of batch recording, and I thought we had 1 million podcasts, and then I was like, I've got nothing for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mild panic, but
well, yeah, and
I do want to also say, because I know we've had people before be like, hey, next time you post a repost, can you warn us? Yeah.
Who said that?
Someone messaged us on Instagram, a couple people, because we did a repost, but we didn't say it was a repost. So I might just post like repost word at the front. So just a pre-warning.
We always put it in the description. Just read the description.
I read everything. I realize not a lot of people read anything.
Yeah, I always say this is a special replay episode because I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Like I usually put something funny in it saying like, hey, like, sorry, like this isn't just because we are lazy.
But this is a pre-warning that there may be some reposts in the next couple weeks. Just in case.
Just record some, like post a poll and then just do like a Riverside of like hair care stuff. And
I have some things going, but it's like also if you go into labor tonight, which is Tuesday, if I don't get this edited today, tomorrow's a repost. So there's been a lot of like, as per usual, everybody waiting till the last minute. So well, and like, don't go into labor tonight because this is my edit time.
Well, and I thought that like, it's like, oh, like I want to like lower my cortisol so that I'm not like posting, like doing everything like for the podcast. I was like, I want to like lower my cortisol so that I can be primed for delivery. Yeah. And yet I'm like, I did all that prep and yet here I am.
Still pregnant.
Still pregnant and still recording a podcast, but it's good. It's all good things.
I have some good questions for you though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. What you got?
Okay. How did you run a farm and be pregnant at the same time?
We don't have a full farm, so
not like tractors and combines, but you do have animals that have to be fed. We do have a tractor. Well, yes, but you don't have to like till the ground, harvest the food before it rots. But you do have animals that need to not die.
Yeah. So it looked different, and actually, it really didn't. Like even the hematoma, I still like was the one who went and like let the birds. We just have like poultry, so we have chickens. So I would let the chickens out and feed them, and it's not that you have no choice but to do because like literally they will die.
Yeah,
and then there's that guilt of I just murdered my whole and they're not cheap.
Yeah,
so I had great intentions for our garden. Like I was like, okay, even with this hematoma, I'm just going to go shove seeds in the ground and then I'll feel better by fall, like by like late summer, fall, and be able to harvest stuff, like whatever. It became a weed city because like I just didn't have the energy. So, like when I had the energy, I didn't have the time. When I had the time, like either like Leah was having a hard time or there were other responsibilities. So like our garden got taken over by weeds so fast.
And they choke out your vegetables, right? Like they can't live in harmony.
Yeah. Well, some stuff, like we still got plenty of tomatoes, but like things like prematurely got like disease because they weren't like trimmed, or like I never trellised them properly because I didn't have like, I mean, this is just a different pregnancy. I remember the last pregnancy, like with Leo at our last house, like I was like on my hands and knees, like no problem doing all the things in the garden. Actually, I think it was I'm just kidding. I wasn't pregnant in the summer. But anyway, I just didn't have it in me. And like, you kind of like, if, I'm sure everybody's seen that video analogy of like, you have your ping pong balls and your sand and your rice or whatever. And if you put the rice and the sand in your jar first, then the important things, the ping pong balls won't fit in the jar. The garden was one thing that just like went out the window. And so, and we ended up paying our nephew to mow because Dave, only has, I mean, he works a full-time corporate job. So when he gets off work, he gets home at like 5:30 and then like we eat dinner and then he wants to play with his kid or hang out with me sometimes. And then he has like all the construction stuff he wants to do around the house, not wants to, but like our house needs. And I gotta take this off. I'm sweating my face off. It's real wool. I got like $120 sweater for $3 at the thrift store. Pretty happy about that.
I'm getting 100%. Some wool and cotton by bartering with someone.
Nice. But so we like outsourced mowing so that like, cause Dave didn't want me, which I don't know that I wouldn't have ridden the riding mower anyways because of the shaking and jostling. However, I might go do it now because get out. But I just had to like drastically reduce my expectations for myself, which is very hard for me to do. And like, it took a long time for me to not like punish myself in my brain of like, other people would be just fine. They say on the internet that it's hematomas aren't a big deal.
Are a lot weaker. And I say this with semi-kindness, probably semi-judgment, but like, I think other people would have not done anything and would have let the chickens die. And not everybody, but I think you're putting yourself in a bracket that you're not in.
Yeah, but like mentally that's still where I go, which is not, I wouldn't, so like if the roles were reversed and you were like, Aileeah, I'm having such a hard time that like I can't do the things I could do before, I'd be like, yeah, you're pregnant. You had a hematoma and that like it causes cramping and like the more you cramp, then the more potential like hemorrhage bleeds you have. And then also like your energy and like you have to prioritize like your kid and trying, you know, like I would have totally given you like 1000% of the grace. But yet when it comes to myself, I did not for like the first, I would say until like 32 weeks. But
can you hear that tractor outside of my window or is it not terrible?
No, okay, I can't hear it.
Loud as heck.
But so the answer, I guess, sorry, I was long-winded, but the answer is I didn't really. And so like in the morning times I do
you did the birds and then you reached out to our nephew for help. So that is kind of a what to do is don't be afraid to ask for help, have someone else mow the lawn.
Yeah. I also drastically reduced like, honestly, that's where I kind of think I figured out meal planning is because I was like, oh, like I don't want to meal prep. Like you've seen those videos. We've sent them to each other all the time. Like you meal prep and it's like you have like 3 different types of chilies that you throw into a thing in a bag or whatever. I have realized that's not my type of meal prepping. My type of meal prepping is like cooking one bird and then cooking a meat, like a beef, something of beef fashion, and then making the things around it.
Like day
so
of
it's like
live.
Day of like, and then whatever it is, I make double of it, if not triple. So like if I make rice for dinner, like I make triple of it so that we can pull it from the fridge and do like scrambled eggs and rice or whatever. But I just like drastically reduced how much I was cooking and like, you know, I think most of it is mentally hard because I was like, oh, this year my garden's going to be so awesome. I'm going to can and preserve and do all these things so that I don't have to go to the grocery store this winter for things, and I'll just prep. Well,
that's a next year thing.
It is a next year thing. It's going to happen. I just it's one of those, unfortunately, I think the lesson in this whole pregnancy, as I'm still a boat, it's like let it go. Stop. And but I battle with that. 'Cause I'm like, what is let it go? And what is no, you push hard for the dream, for what you want. I don't know.
I don't know what let it go is, but
surrender kind of thing.
I've learned in the last year and a couple months now that I am not in control, which is not great for an oldest child who is type A, who likes to live by a schedule with full control. So that pregnancy, as much as you think you can control it, there's no control. This time around, I think we probably talked about it. I can't remember what we talked about over FaceTime or what we talked about in podcast, but this time I have, for two reasons, no plans to even try to get this kid out. A, because I did it twice with two kids. Every curb stomp, this will for sure get your kid out. Eat 15 dates a day. Drink this tea and heart. I did literally everything, and both of my kids still stayed in too long. So this time I'm not going to stress myself.
Do you have brain fog? Are you lethargic? Do you have digestion issues? Do you not poop enough? Are you pooping too much? Do you have angry outbursts? Does your butthole itch? Irene, does your butthole itch? Don't answer that. Don't answer.
I'm going to answer.
Well, if your butthole itches, what does that mean?
Question. That means you have a worm.
Or many worms.
Lots of worms.
And I know what you're thinking. Worms. Are you kidding? That doesn't happen.
I've not left the country.
Yeah, it happens. Guys, you can go touch the soil in your front yard and get worms from there. Because
if you have pets, they lick you.
We're disgusting, honestly. And food, produce, if it's not cleaned properly or if it's grown and they're everywhere. Yeah. So most cultures cleanse once a quarter.
Yeah.
So
deworm themselves all the time.
You gotta deworm yourself, and we have the perfect brand for you.
Yes. Rogers Hood is where we get all of our parasite things from. She has this kit. It gives you everything you need. It has 3 tinctures. There are
heavy metals too.
It pulls heavy metals out. It's so great. Yeah. I did it. I'll just say it. I did it. And the very first day that I started the tinctures, an 8-inch tapeworm came out of my butt.
8-inch.
So, and I have left the country on cruises, but it's all sanitary and everything's washed and they're there.
It's just life, and we have to just cleanse regularly. Yeah. So use our code UTSP10 and you won't regret it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want this kid to come out because I want my oldest to have his own birth week, but so kind of 2 reasons, but also because the stress of this is going to work, trying to be positive. This will be the thing that gets my kid out, and then it doesn't, and then you get depressed, and then you get grabby. So it's I'm not in control. I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah. I also said, I think I said it on the podcast that I was I think I even made a reel about it. I was I'm not going to fuss about the guest date. Mm-hmm. And last time I remember doing all the same thing, all the curb walks, and I will do the things that are just factually good, uterine toneness from raspberry tea is proven, and dates.
But but with the intention of body, not to make your child come out this night.
Right. Whereas honestly, just the round ligament pain is what switched my motivation. Because I didn't have round ligament pain with Leora, and I thought round ligament pain was just in the abdomen, but it goes down to your crotch. I didn't know it was that was the same.
I didn't have it with Leo because my round ligament pain was worse with Riker, I think, because it had never been stretched. It was there with Nova, but Riker's was debilitating.
I don't know. I seriously, in hindsight, I had the best pregnancy with Leo. Mm-hmm. It was so easy. Mm-hmm. And I've said this, I think, on the podcast. My prayer, Lord, is that her pregnancy was very easy and her labor was very hard. Very big head, very big body. I'm praying that I think that it'll be easier in some sense anyways, because like it's the vagina is tried and true. She been open before. But like I'm praying that it's just a faster, easier labor. But if it weren't for the round ligament pain, I don't think I would be so like I have done like the curb walking, I have done like the position stuff, because also I'll just show you my abdomen, like right here in my hip.
Yeah.
His like I can feel his shoulder, and sometimes his hand is like right here. And so I can literally like press it, and then he's like, and he like moves away. And so I'm just trying to make sure like alignment is good. So like there's also the balance of like, spinning babies. I love that we have all this information and like inversions and all these things to get them in optimal positions, which I want, and it's important, but I don't think it's so important if you're like, it's not doing anything because you're so stressed about getting things into alignment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This kid's going to be a face snuggler.
Why?
Because I don't know. Because it's used to its hand being on its face all the time.
Mine?
So I'm going to love it when it's all up in your business 24/7. I'm going to go shut my windows because I feel like it's blowing me out and I look dead. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then my next question. How are you prepping Leo, not just for the birth, but like prepping her to not feel like she's old news?
Oh, yeah.
Like what's your plan?
I've been calling it her baby.
Yeah.
The whole time. Be like, oh, like when brother comes, like I'm making it like we're the team, me and her, her and dad are like the team to take care of the baby, of like, oh, like if the baby's crying, will you help me like, I don't know, like tell me that he's crying or something. And like, just trying to make her like a part of the team and not like, I don't know. I would never do this, but like be like, oh, like I can't talk to you right now. I'm feeding the baby. Like, and I'm not going to do that. And there is a time and a place to be like, hey, like right now it's not about you. And that's okay. But I'm trying to my thought is like, make her a part of it. Like, so we have a fetoscope here at home. And so, she likes to play midwife, and I'm like, oh yeah, like tell me how the baby's doing. What do you think? And she goes, oh, he says he wants to come out and meet me and play with me. And I'm like, yeah. And then, we've practiced like, changing the diapers on her dolls, which she loves dolls. We got a gift from him to her and from her to him. Ironically, the gift she picked for him is suspiciously age appropriate for her. Yes.
I love that.
But trying, like I've really tried. It's been really hard in this last little leg to be like, I'm sorry, like I'm on the couch because like I'm very, very pregnant, and I'm like, but this,
but
I was like,
had 5 babies, so get your energy together.
But I tell her, I'm like, this won't last forever. I was like, it's not always going to be like this. Mommy's going to be running with you in no time and stuff. And we go for walks around our neighborhood-ish thing. And her and Dave like run and sprint. So she gets her daily runs and exercises. It's just now not from me, which is hard. But that's my current plan. And I've made like busy bags. I don't know if that's like, I don't know, like little Ziploc bags with just different activities that like, if she is needing extra attention and I'm like stuck somewhere nursing or something, that it's a small puzzle that we can pull out. We can both do together right there on the bed or wherever. We're like, she loves those teeny tiny notebooks, like the little oval ones. And you just put a pin on the top and she thinks she's like, she writes songs. I don't know where she got this, but she'll like just scribble lines and then she'll be like, I wrote a song. And then she'll sing a song she just pulls out of her head.
They've told us a lot of times it's the VeggieTale songs. So she's taking full credit for the VeggieTale songs. It's like, that's great. I love that.
She does steal that one a lot, but she does also like like, she'll like look at Adam. She'll be like, the flowers on the table are dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does steal the Princess Poppy song for sure. But
something my mom had mentioned when I had Nova, because she was here for 6 weeks. She said, "You've never once told Riker to go away." But like, and I don't know, maybe it's different because I was still nursing both. So like, they were both my babies. I didn't feel like, get away, I need the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But she said most people she's been around were more like, you're gonna hurt the baby, get away from the baby, don't get too close to the baby. Mm-hmm. And the only, like, if he was gonna like smack her in the head or had like a toy truck too close to her head, I would just say like, hey, just scoot away a little. But it was never like, go to your room, the baby's here. Which I don't know, I just never had the thought of sending him away. He was still my baby.
I think the art of like teaching your kid to be in a new situation has like dissipated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've like seen some kids like at like the grocery stores. I'm like, have you ever taken this kid out in public?
Yeah.
Like, and I know sometimes kids can be
hard,
unruly,
but it's like, they're not going to learn unless
if you go do the hard thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and so I think it's every scenario. It's like you be with them in the transition. So like our family has always been like heavily descriptive. Even before she could comprehend what we were talking about, we were like, okay, little, like we called her Baby Leo for a long time, you know, Baby Leo, like, okay, we're going to a 4th of July party. Oh my goodness. And you're just a month old. Like, there's going to be loud noises and it might be a little scary, but it's okay. We'll put you in the wrap so nobody has to hold you. And like, you know, we would always like walk her through things, and like, we didn't really realize it until I think one time like we didn't do it and she had like a really hard time adjusting.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you didn't tell me what's expected of me.
Yeah. I was like, well, like, and now like we go places and I'm like, okay, like we're going into the store. Like, what are we going to be? And she's like, be kind. And it's like, what are we going to do? We're going to listen. Like, and then what else are we going to do? We're going to have fun. And it's like, it doesn't have to be so like intense, but like my thought is just, like, she's never actually touched a brand new baby. And so we've talked about like, hey, like when the baby's born, he's going to be gooey. Like, he's going to be gooey. She's like, ew, he's going to be so gooey. Yeah. And she thinks it's funny. And then we told her like, oh, when you were born, you pooped on mommy, you pooped on daddy, and then you pooped again on mommy. And I was like, we're like, it was so gross. Yeah. And she's like, oh, he's going to poop on me. And she thinks it's funny. Yeah. And I'm like, maybe. I was like, we can clean him off a little bit. Like, and you can do some skin to skin. And she's like, I don't want to do that. And I was like, well, that's okay. You don't have to. Yeah. It's like mommy and daddy will. And we just are a heavily talking family. And she, probably because she's firstborn and that's how her brain works, but she loves it. She loves knowing what's happening. Before every nap time, she's like, okay. She always calls it morning. She doesn't really get that. She thinks it's a different day. Poor girl has like the Groundhog Days. But she's like, in the morning when I wake up, I'm going to eat a snack and we're going to go walk outside or whatever it is. And sometimes it's like, I'm going to eat some ice cream. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Good planning ahead.
Yeah. And
it must be a firstborn thing, because Riker will be laying in bed and because I'm usually like, okay, tomorrow, and because I have to plan.
Because you're a firstborn.
So he'll be like, okay, well, what's the plan? Or if I said, well, we're going to the grocery store, he'll go, okay, what's the plan? And Nova's just along for the ride. She doesn't care. Like, while he and I are discussing the plan, she's putting on her shoes, ready to go. So it's interesting. Yeah. It's fun to see how different they think. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, you don't need to know the plan. Let's go. It's like, that doesn't work for me either. So I get it. But also, shoes.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Sometimes I do say though, like, I'm like if she knows, like, we're going to do a thing, like whatever it is, we're just going to go to the park or something for a little while. And I've told her like a couple times, like, put your shoes on, and she doesn't. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm not a record player. Like, put on your shoes or we're not going.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my gosh. And then but I follow through with that. I'm like, we just don't go. And I'm like, and then she's sad, and that's fine. And I'm like, well, you had the opportunity to listen to me. I gave you multiple opportunities. Now we're just not going.
Yeah.
And you can choose tomorrow to do differently. Yeah. And sometimes tomorrow is after nap time. Yeah. Because she doesn't get it. She's
I love that.
On that note, I did buy a calendar to like, because that's something I've just dropped the ball on is like, she doesn't get, I haven't done days yet.
We love our calendar. Every year we put everybody's birthday date, and then we'll put in like when the party is when we get an invite. And then every day we cross it off so they kind of know. Well, and they like to know when I'm working. So I'll draw like a little pair of scissors on the days that I work. So then they kind of know what's going on every day. And then this year I let them pick it out. So they picked out Super Mario.
Nice.
Next year, Nova picked out a bluey one, which I haven't bought it yet, but it's at Walmart. So then it makes it fun for them because they're like, what's the next month picture? So fun.
Yeah. That's great. Because I think that's what I saw at your house. And because she doesn't know, she doesn't get which days that day will be gone. And she's like, I don't want you to leave today. And she gets really sad. And
is Monday through Friday, or is he is he short week, or is he Monday through Friday all the time now?
Monday through Friday. Yep. So that's hard, but I guess it is what it is. But am I supposed to be asking you questions? I don't know any plan for this.
Questioning you about
my life choices.
Super pregnant, yeah. Hopefully you have a baby tonight.
That would be great.
You were having something going on the other day, and I didn't want to bother you, so I text Dave, and I was like, did they tape her down? And he goes, I don't know. She's like dead asleep, so I'm not going to ask her. And I was like, well, she's dead asleep, then they're gone.
Tape her down?
Tape her down like your contraction?
Oh, yeah.
I texted him, and I was like, did they tape her down? And he's like, she's asleep. I was like, well, if she's dead asleep, then nothing's happening, because you aren't dead asleep if things are still actively going.
No. I guess I should say that I have been crampy / contracty this whole pregnancy. And then come like 34 weeks, everything stopped. And I was like, of course. And then last Saturday, I was like, oh, like these are pretty like
it's different,
noticeable. Like there's a start, stop. Like I can still do stuff, around the house, but I was like, okay, like this might be something. So I just texted the team. I was like, hey, like just in case, like since it's only like 7:30, I was like, just might keep your phones on loud maybe. And then nothing happened. And then for almost every single day since, from 5 to 9, which Chinese medicine says it's like the fear window or whatever, but I've had like these same contractions that are like, they're not nothing. They're not Braxton Hicks for sure. But they're more than like a period cramp. Yeah. So every night for like a week, which is not our nature, we've like, ran the Roomba, all the things.
Yeah.
And still nothing. And so
that same exact time window happened with Nova. So it is interesting that it's the fear and it's the second kid, because I think you have like some memory of what you're about to go through.
Well, you can be real confident the first time when you've never done it. You've never done it. Yeah. And like, and hearing stories is great. And I'm still listening to podcasts because I'm trying to like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I'm kind of a little bored at this point because now I've been in hibernation mode since 37 weeks and now I'm bored.
Yeah.
But also like, I hate answering questions. Like it's one thing to like me and you sit here and have a conversation and then people hear it and then they get the answers that they want.
Yeah.
Maybe this is something wrong with me. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm a little autistic. It bothers me so bad when people text like every single day. They're like, how's it going? Any baby yet? Any news you want to share with us? And I'm like, stop.
No, I think that's universal. Stop. Everyone in their late pregnancy hates being asked 15 times if the baby's here.
It's like, I don't like how much I've muted people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't, like, it makes my cortisol raise. And I'm like, I am trying to have a baby and I don't want my cortisol high.
Yeah.
I want that low.
Yep.
But also like, but there are people I don't mind who reach out because I know like, for one thing, like you're going to be at the birth. So like it's kind of pertinent that and we're friends and you're not doing it to be like,
give me my baby.
Yeah. If somebody calls the child I have carried that they have not checked on me the whole damn pregnancy one more time, their baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to prison. I'm going to go to prison because like the audacity, I would never.
Yeah.
You were my best friend. I have seen you push out 2 kids. We have been
both
through
kids forwards, which I kind of forgot till I was just talking Jody came in and got her hair done yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, Aileeah cut both of my kids' cords.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm gonna see if Leo wants to do it this time. We'll see how the timeline goes. Yeah. But like, I love your kids. I would die for your kids. If we die, like, you will get my child. Like, I wouldn't even expect you to say my Leo. Like, it's just, it bothered me. And I'm like, you want to be friends with me? Like, don't call the child.
Your child.
Well, and maybe do you think it's something to do with nursing? Because.
No, I think that's another, like, I see reels about it all the time from people that are like all over the map in lifestyle.
Oh, okay. Because like, I
primal
feel so
instinct.
Much more primal. I'm like, no. I was pregnant for 10 months. I gave birth. I nursed. You weren't there for anything. That you think that you have any jurisdiction over this child besides just a little bit of DNA.
Yeah.
Is. Okay, that's it, folks. Now I'm sweaty.
On that note, lower your cortisol, have a baby. We'll see you in, how many weeks are you taking? Do you know yet?
Well, I was supposed to just,
you were supposed to have a baby a week ago, but,
Yeah. I think it depends how the birth goes. If I'm like, if it's super easy and great and Dave's home, I think we should do a whole bunch of batch recordings, probably like this. So maybe people expect that the quality won't be great because I'm not going to set up. Yeah. I am doing the 5 days at the least in the bed, 5 days around the bed.
I mean, at least 3 weeks at the bare minimum of not thinking about the podcast.
I think at least 2 weeks because like Dave will be home. That's the benefit of like.
That's true.
He has a lot of time off work. He's only taking a month, but he has time off work. And so, if I feel up to it and like, you just never know. Like if the birth goes well, like, and I want to talk about it right away, I'll share it right away. I don't know if it's for some reason traumatizing and I don't want to talk about it. I won't share.
Yeah.
But
Ozma and I are both banking on this labor where your birth being like 2 hours, not the labor, but.
I would love that.
Except both of us, we just had the conversation last night. Was that last night? No, it was the night before. I don't know how many times. Anyways, about how like both of our kids basically 30 minutes after getting to the birthing center is in our arms. And you kind of feel like, who is this? Who are you? Where did you come from? Like, you don't have that
a little too fast.
Which I appreciate, but I'm going to hit stop so I can upload. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
This content is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice.
Please do your own research and find a trusted medical professional for personalized guidance and advice.
We are not responsible for your decisions based on the information you hear on this podcast.
Bye.
Bye.